Hello everybody, it's Anna from Astraladytarot. Welcome to this fun challenge. It's the Tarot Whodunit game, and when I saw this video, I knew I had to do a VR or I had to do the challenge too. I had to do the game. It's a VR to Temperance Tarot. Then I also saw Lisa Papez doing it, and then another channel, and perhaps by the time this one is up, many more. But it's my birthday weekend. It's October. It's spooky season, you know, the season of the witch. I'm really feeling it, and I really want to do this. As you can see, I chose my polka, which is a French tarot deck. Now, the minors are very pippish, and there's not a lot to go on, so I decided this was a great opportunity to actually use my Trionfi Della Luna Paradoxical illustrated, or rather scenic, pips for this occasion. So I will be shuffling the polka deck, but I will be using as a help a little reminder of what the card actually looks like in a Rider-Waite-Smith type setting. I will be taking from the Trionfi della Luna. So this is like a game of Clue, which in Dutch was called Cluedo. I loved to play that game as a kid. I had it, and I remember our tiny little Jack Russell dog, who did not like to listen, chewed up, I think, 2 or 3 of the cards, which basically meant we were no longer able to play the game. Oh well, that's all in the past. I now have a new way to play this game, apparently, using my wonderful tarot cards. So I hope you'll enjoy that. Let's get into it. First and foremost, let's take a moment to appreciate these wonderful court cards. These are the pages, or the knaves. So this is a bloody gory deck, but it definitely fits the season. I'm definitely using the polka, the beautiful queen, and the king. So these are the wands, suit, or the batons. These are the swords, and it's very deep. There's a lot of detail. It's a gorgeous deck. I believe it's out of print, but it was mass market. And I rebacked it because the backs did not fit the deck. And then I edged it in red, and it bled onto the front of the cards, but I love that effect because it fits. It looks like blood. So I have 4 other piles right here. As you can see, I pulled out Arcanum 13, which is considered the death card because in a game of Clue, we are the detective and somebody died, right? Somebody was murdered. Now, we're going to start off with, let me see, the majors pile of this deck to find out who was killed, right? Then we're going to use the pile of the aces, just the aces, to see what was the murder weapon. And then, according to the murder weapon, we will see which pile of these 4 suits of the courts actually did it. So we can eliminate 3 of those piles. Then there's the minors, and that is when the tarot reading play really begins, because we'll be able to interpret the cards and see maybe their motives and try to figure out who did it. So first, let's see. Who is the victim? So obviously, no disclaimer needed here, but I'm still going to do it. Meaning, this is, of course, a tarot game. Very much lighthearted play. Don't take this too seriously. It's just a way to learn tarot and to use the cards. So, who was our victim in this story? The world. Look at that. Le monde. So I feel like I always say this when I use this deck, because people tend to think these our intestines or intestines. I still don't know how to say that, but actually they are umbilical cords. So that really brings in that symbolism of everything is connected and it comes from a core, and we all come from a similar place. So, poor world is no longer with us. Ooh, well, let's see. What was the murder object? I know that the wands is supposed to be the person got shot. Swords is stabbed. Then we got coins is hit over the head with a blunt object. And of course, cups poisoned. So cut the deck. Ooh, blunt object it is. So we can eliminate wands, swords, and cups. And we are left with the coins family. So right off the bat, I think everybody looks suspicious. They're all trying to not look at us and dodge the questions. So let's see. What card do we get for the knight? No, we start with the knave. Ooh, this is the, see, I have to count 9 of wands. So we're actually starting off with a bit of a suspicious card, right? Because 9 of wands is, I feel, very much about, ooh, hanging on by a thread. And basically, see, like somebody, this person did get hurt, and maybe they're seeking revenge. So there. Suspicious. The knight. Ah, we got a cups. And this is the 8 of cups. Well, 8 of cups, I do see the 8 as a sort of balance. There's a type of transition going on though, right? It seems that the knight is actually kind of moving on from some emotions that are no longer necessary, so that seems kind of healthy to me. Also, I see, you know, this white flower is kind of pure, and actually we see that flower mimicked again in that other deck. So kind of nonchalant, light-hearted, I feel. So not very suspicious. Check out the queen. Ooh, 7 of coins. That is a difficult card, can be considered a difficult card, because it poses the question of, well, what are you going to do at this point with all the resources that you have? It doesn't look very suspicious, but it can be seen as a type of doubt and perhaps even misunderstanding. There's an uncertainty and not knowing what to do. We move on to the king. Let me check. What is this? This is the 7 of wands. That is a defensive card. Obviously, I'm using this, you know, reading this in the context of the question. 7 of wands can be very, very strong, but it can show a type of conflict, actually. Let's pick one more card for each character. We got the 9 of wands here and the 8 of coins. Well, actually, the 8 coins, that's a typical work card. So maybe the stress and the anxiety and that feeling of holding on to a thread and using up the last resources comes from stress from work. Although, right here, it can be, maybe it's about money, maybe it's about a treasure that is buried. There's a secret there. Ooh, does this take the valet out, or does it actually bring him back in? The knight. Yikes, 10 of swords. That's not looking good. 10 of swords can, of course, be considered a card of valuable lessons and a healthy transition, although we cannot deny the darkness of the 10 of swords. So I see actually betrayal, feeling stuck. Yeah, definitely a dark card. Which actually could mean that the knight felt like the world card was better off dead, no longer amongst us, because that's about that moving on from those emotions that are no longer needed, and this is how to get rid of them. Possible. The Queen. We got a bit of uncertainty before, and now, ooh, is that in sequence? No, this is the 10. No, wait. 9 of coins. Well, I just picked that off of the floor. So we got 7 of coins and 9 of coins. Well, maybe there's a bit of uncertainty, but I don't think she is in distress enough to commit a murder. So she looks very comfortable. Although, of course, the nature of the game, that could be a ruse, but for now, she's off the hook. She's off my list. King. We got the 7 of Wands, and now we have the 5 of Swords. Not looking great. Definitely not looking great. 7 of Wands is very fiery, and I feel almost angry here. There's, with these buds, maybe bottled up anger that started to come to the surface and started to be expressed, and then here we almost see a literal execution. So this combination looks very strong to me. That's compelling evidence. Our king, according to my findings, did it. So this guy, oh dear, okay. Now what do? We find out who did it. What we do now is I take out the victim, is right here, and look at my table, it's the mess. Everybody else did it so neatly. Anyway, this is my new style. Everything is chaotic. Hope you like it. I put back in Arcanum 13. Look at the perfectness that is this card. I mean, really. Yes. So I shuffle that back in with the other majors. And the minute it pops up for one of these court cards, we know that is the actual killer. So, shuffle, shuffle. I'm going to do a slightly better shuffle. Was it the page? Doesn't look like it now. Was it the knight? Also no. Queen? Nope. Not our king yet. Was it the page? Was it the knight? The suspense is killing me. Was it the queen? No. Was it the king? Was it the page? Was it the knight? Was it the queen? Was it the king? Was it the page? Knight? It was our knight. Oh gosh, okay. Crazy. It actually was our knight. The knight did it. Knight of Coins. Motives. Yeah, the story did unfold, didn't it? Looking at these two cards, it looked like a very planned murder, and it was due to, yeah, a type of just getting rid of it, don't you think? Just ending someone because they were done with them. And so at first, that white flower looked like purity to me, but actually it turns out this person is so twisted in their mind that they have a clean conscience. Because they almost seem to forget there's something wrong with, taking someone out. But, oh wow, this is, yeah, they definitely chose their own, well-being, chose to commit this terrible crime. Turns out our poor king, innocent. Here in this story, the world was hit over the head by a blunt object by our Knight of Coins. This was so much fun. I'll see you next week. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody.